Okay, so I'm going to play the video and I will talk you through the various sections, what I'm doing. Okay, so at this stage I'm basically just inspecting the pen, seeing what I'm going to do. And now this specific pen wasn't that bad, like no parts was stuck, no ink was like dry yet. But this pen was using my the ink I made. So the first thing that you want to do is just boil some water. You need warm water to dissolve the ink that is inside the feed and the nib. Cold water really isn't going to, do a proper job. Now you'll see at this point I'm putting the components into the hot water. Now just make sure that the retractor or converter, that you squeeze out the excess ink inside into wherever in the sink, just not into the warm water, otherwise there's too much ink. So this is before, and this is how it should look. I just use normal tap water just to clean it out. And there we go, look at those components. They are now squeaky clean and ready for action. Now the next step is to dry the components. Now you can use, I always use compressed air because I don't have the patience to let them dry. But in all honesty, don't be afraid to ruin your fountain pens. It's actually quite difficult to break a fountain pen. The only way you can break a fountain pen is by physically snapping the feed into. Now we can proceed to making some ink. So in my inks I use liquid dye, glycerin, acrylic retarders and normal detergent, and I use a dropper to mix everything. I use a normal glass vial which is secure so that it doesn't leak out when I send ink across the wall or whatever. And yeah, I just mix dyes. It doesn't really affect the color. These it's green, orange and black, it just stays black, so I use them. It's for personal use, so it really doesn't matter. So yeah, just a few drops of detergent does the job perfectly, and just 2 drops of glycerin maximum, otherwise it won't dissolve. And then I also just cleaned the retractor with a little bit of the ink that I just made, just to remove some of the excess water and things like that, and just squeeze it out into the sink or whatever. You can also prime the fountain pen just a little bit, just to ensure that it writes on the first stroke. can you see how flowy, you can even see it on the video, how flowy this pen with this specific ink is. It has 0 skips, it writes so smoothly. It's just an overall an amazing writing experience with this nib and this ink. It's not even a broad nib, it's like a medium fine type of nib, but thanks to the ink, it really writes well. Yeah, 0 skips, 0, 0, 0. It's great writer. I'm very happy with how it all came out. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.